what to write about. Trying to figure out what it's all about. Existentialist, am I worth anything or just a scout? I don't know.
That was great sounds with Watson with Outside on WNHH LP 103.5 FM New Haven. Myself, Prestige, with my partner in crime, Long Island raised, Elm City made, EZ BlueZ is in the building. Easy Blues, who do we have with us today again on Behind the Brand?
You know, in 1998, Roddy Piper stayed on the Nitro stage and he said, I am an icon because I cower over nothing. But that really, really resounds with me, really sinks in because I think about it. Does an icon eat gelato? Is an icon thinking about you? Does an icon get zoned out? Has an icon ever been to Cali? What you need can be given to you by an icon. And today, we get to talk with an icon about his dreams. So I want you to put your hands together, not if you're driving. If you're driving, please keep your hands at 10 and 2. We don't need any accidents. But mentally, put your hands together for the amazing Jordan Edwards. Brother, how you been? Welcome.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate you both of y'all, man. Everybody, thank you. You know I'm always blessed to be here. It's a present. It's a gift.
Appreciate that.
Definitely.
Really do.
Love. You already know.
I love the icon cave that we've got going on in the background. For those watching at home, this is one of the coolest times. Like, everyone knows me. I geek out over the littlest of things, and you know I love self-promotion, and I feel it's super, super necessary. But I have to say, man, you really you put me to shame with your incredible self-promotion game. Everywhere you go, anytime you see people can see that eye and understand that the icon is here. We got into it the first time you were on the show, really talking about where the whole influence came from, about, you know, icon clothing and you know, that type of hustle. But I mean, you now were walking a lot more in different lanes and avenues, whether you're out shooting videos or photos. So what is this new evolution of icon?
Well, that's just it, man. Like you said, walking. When this whole transpired, and we just passed the 4th year anniversary on April 1st.
Congratulations.
This past thank you.
You're welcome.
Like I said, this was driven from pain. Because I was in a very dark place, suicidal. And I tell people my path, no matter what we're talking about, because I just had this conversation the other day, where, you know, when we tend to tell our stories and it gets too heavy and stuff like that, people they say, hold on, well, you know, you got so much to this and this. They like to stop it because it projects what they're going through as well to an extent. But I tell no, there's $1 billion industry right now in horror films. You don't stop the movie then. No, you go buy more popcorn.
Right.
Yeah. So to tell that story is a number of things. One, the person that is telling the story is sharing with you what they have gone through. Whether you want to go that path or anything, it doesn't make a lot of people. It's a beautiful drive to go from here to the East Coast to the West Coast. Doesn't mean you're gonna do it, but I may do it if I know it exists. And that's on the flip side. That may actually help me get through something. That may help you get through something where you think, hey, okay, I've heard this before. This is okay. I can navigate someone like Castaway. If he didn't know where he was going, it didn't matter how much him and Wilson was best friends. They wouldn't have got off the island. You know what I'm saying? But for this, we are now healthy again. And now you're seeing me. I tell people now, I'm still not even running yet. There's so much mechanics and stuff like that I have to do before I could even begin the full stride run, which I was doing as the athlete, you know, but now we're fully walking. It seems like we're running, but we're just picking up pace. And that's where it's at now. The evolution has grown to where now, like the brand itself, Icon Clothing, only Icon Clothing means defy the odds. Find your purpose, find your happiness, but most importantly, find your peace. And your peace is to be present in the journey. Do I want to be able to run like I was before? Preston, you know me from years ago. Yes. Very fast. ran a 4.3. I was very fast. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, and Am I able to get back there? No, probably, but I can work at that. And now there's things that I can do now what I wasn't able to do 4 years ago. You talk about, like you said before, the promotion. I was
Mm-hmm.
filming commercials for my brand 4 hours after surgery from total knee cartilage replacement.
Mm-hmm.
4 hours after,
4 hours.
just because I wanted to have that real life content.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what this
Wow.
is. This is a lifestyle brand. Defy the odds is not just a slogan. It's not just Nike, just do it. It's no, literally defy the odds. Whatever you have to do to find your peace, that's what
Mm-hmm.
you have to do.
Right.
And that's just what's gonna have to be. The people are remembered for who break the rules, because the people
Right.
that are making the rules are limited. That's
Mm-hmm.
why they put rules on it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the whole thing as far as that. So you're seeing the evolution of just growth, healing, and everything. And that's what the brand means. It
Right.
stands for. It's a lifestyle brand. No matter who you are, you're all icons. Everybody has a unique story. It's what story are you gonna write?
Mm.
What brings you peace now?
Pieces.
What's Jordan today? What's Jordan today? My apologies.
Jordan is just wake. Jordan today is what Jordan was every other day that happens. Is staying
Right.
grounded and staying. What is it that my intuition is telling me before?
Mm-hmm.
What am I feeling? And that's why I said intuition.
Mm-hmm.
Because we say we feelings is, we don't really touch on what feelings is, because if you really felt something, a lot of people wouldn't think their way out of it. They would just do it.
Right.
So it's, what am I feeling today? What is my body capable of doing today? How am I maneuvering through the day and things like that? um it's like going back to this, what you call it, the metaverse and stuff like that. You can go into the dark hole. Some of that stuff stays with you. I have
Mm-hmm.
some bad days. Just like I
Right.
mentally, I have some I have some bad mornings. I just can't get anything done.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell people that because there was one point in time when everything transpired with the injury that I literally had to write block schedule like high school on my
Mm-hmm.
wall and couldn't get through block A. And
Right.
block A was as easy as folding clothes. That's how
Mm-hmm.
bad mentally I was out of it.
Mm.
So to just know those type of things, and how to navigate around them. Am I ever gonna be able to run a 4.3? No. But if
Mm-hmm.
I
Right.
need to run a lap around the block, I can do it.
Right.
Just figuring out what my body's working. How's this? It's no different like the MJ. He came in, the movie about to come out this week, matter of fact, came in flying, jumping there. But then as he got older, I had to figure out how to do post moves. I had to figure out how to,
Mm-hmm.
get more off the with left lift, at on the Wizards. That's not the same MJ that walked in that we're gonna see
Right.
on Wednesday with the movie. That's
Mm-hmm.
Right.
nowhere near the same age, but he still gave you 40.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So still gave his own team, the Bobcats, the whole roster in the practice. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So that's just what it is. It's just always evolution, getting through that and just evolving, and just learning yourself. So that's me. It's just every day, just learning how to push the needle and how to get better with what I have and what I aspire, what I dream.
Mm.
Now,
Definitely.
I love that you are so open with your mental health journey, because I feel that, especially gentlemen, we try to avoid that as much as humanly possible, and people don't necessarily want to talk about that. But you are 100% correct. By opening up and sharing what you've gone through, you make someone else not feel alone. And just that simple feeling of not feeling alone can get you to that next day and that next moment. I also love how you've started, building in strategies, and you knew that when it was super dark, you need to go back to a block schedule. And it wasn't a matter of finishing that block schedule. It was just a matter of, I know what I have to do today, and this is what's going to have to happen. Are there any other techniques you want to share, obviously before the book comes out, because I know you, and you're gonna have a self-help book at some point in time, and it's gonna be called Icon Help Yourself. Feel free.
It's not gonna be called that, but yes, there is something coming. And even with your mental health is to be, the nebula, the beacon of light.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really what Icon is. It's a shooting star.
Mm-hmm.
A shooting star goes wherever the hell it wants to go.
True.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Even if it's a meteor, it's just gonna bounce off that and keep going somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the reason why I said there is no ending. The ending is like going back to MJ. Big influence on me, but going back to him is he never lost. He just ran out of time.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You never lose. You just ran out of time. You know, at the end of the day, you could have somebody that pops at 90. They may pass the next day. It's unfortunate, but hey, for one day, you did it. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It was done. That was your story. Just like they say, the good die young. That was just their story. You know, the late Nipsey Hussle just passed his anniversary. You know what I'm saying? That big influence on me 4 years ago when that happened. As far as that. So, and then you already know Kobe, but like I said, it's showing the mental
Right.
health, it's showing what's personal to you. This is actually my film production room. We call this the Blue Room. This is in honor of my grandfather, Edward Toomer, who was a World War II veteran. Growing up, he lived in Englewood, New Jersey. He had a blue room. I still remember waking up early and he's in there 4 a.m. doing his morning routine calisthenics like clockwork, like clockwork, and things like that. So that's just some of the foundation that's keep me grounded. But this is me showing you me. And a lot of times, you know, we don't us as everybody, we don't show us, you know, because we're too busy thinking now, oh, what are they gonna say? What are they gonna do? It doesn't matter who it is, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It tells me a lot, the fact that you have a skull in the back of your room, you know what I'm saying? That you just like skulls.
Yeah.
You know, I actually have skull tattoos.
Yeah.
You know, that's something that you would never know, that now when we see each other, yo, let me see your tattoos.
Word,
What's
yeah.
the, you know what I'm saying? That's the whole thing. And that's, you know, people don't realize that. Show who you are, because just like in film, you know, like I said, this is a film by Phoenix Room, but just like in film, they show everything. And the
Right.
same type of person that you're walking on TV, it could be the same type of person. It's just you're Preston, you know what I'm saying? It's just I'm Jordan. It's just what it is. It's just what we're doing. As far as that, showing different demographics and different who we are and just foundation. So just showing who you are and being authentic and going. If you feel like you don't want to show something, then don't do it. You know, but if you feel like I want to show it, then hey, show it. And that's all it is. Somebody's gonna either say something, either yes or no, and that's just keep it moving.
See, I love that because one, I live the same. I live the same way, but as we're moving more and more forward to that digibyte and 15-second time span of the social media and social media marketing, everyone's really just been focused on showing their best life instead of showing their real life. And the real life, there's so much more texture in there. There's so much more interestingness in there. It's not just a matter of making sure you're taking this shot in the best light in this one bathroom you were in to show off you went to a club that night. I mean, people know me. I'm at a club almost every single night. And if I take a picture of it, it's because something really moved me. And it's probably going to be a little out of focus, or the audio is not going to be great in the video because I'm in the moment. That moment is so super important. And I feel like we're getting pushed further and further away from it because people, at least in the marketing aspect, they really try to control the narrative. But it's great when you have people like yourself that is out there to shake it up and make the change. Obviously, there's been positiveness, there's been growth. Have you seen like a down? Has the enemy popped its ugly head and tried to take the scythe to what you're doing?
The enemy is yourself.
Mm.
The enemy is yourself. I had a conversation the other day with a good friend, and we were talking, and a lot of times we always say, "Oh, we have to leave where we're at to go pop or do anything like that." I say this to you: have you ever tried to change? Because there's two sides to every story. So if you're seeing a negative side to a person, have you ever tried to change it to a positive? And meaning like that, like chess. If you get a pawn, a pawn all the way to the end, it gets kinged. You know what I'm saying? So you're able to move it better. So
Right.
have you gone long enough in your journey to where you can switch the odds in your favor? Because
Right.
that same person still is 6 degrees of separation. That person may not like you at all. You know what I'm saying? It's 10 years ago, you may not have rocked with my music. Doesn't mean you're a bad person. Doesn't, just like you say, you're in clubs every night. So to most people, they say, well, oh, he doesn't mess with my music. No, he's in clubs every night, so he's hearing the music. He kind of knows who's performing because there's A-list people coming through the venue. When you talk about the Toad places and stuff like that you've been around,
Right.
those are the same. DMX and all of them have been there. Same artists that you have in your back, going back with the lyrics on the back, they have performed there. So to say that he's been in there and heard that, okay, I know where you're going, but you're not there yet. But then 10 years later, if I'm being an a-hole to you or whatever the case may be, I don't get on your podcast. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And that's the thing. And also too, somebody wants to see your growth. That's
Right.
the whole thing. So it's not to say anything that it's the enemy is you if you're still
Mm.
gonna feel that type of way. And that's the same thing. People, just as much as I can evolve personally, other people can evolve. They may not have had the same type of ear that they have
Hmm.
now, or been around a certain person, or see the growth of maybe one of their friends or where they're at, or just see your growth.
Hmm.
Everybody didn't. I say this all the time, and Preston, Kronzilla,
Yeah.
he's one of the main reasons why I'm where I'm at now with the foundation that I
Mm.
was able to practice and perfect my craft. You know what I'm saying? I said to him when we first heard Drake
Hmm.
on Replacement Girls. I remember I was running around everything. I was like, yo, this the one. Replacement Girls with Trey Songz. Everybody was like, nah, that ain't it, Jay. He ain't it. What's up with Drake now?
Hmm.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So that's the thing. Is did I call it? Cool. I heard because I was like, I already saw what he was doing. I was like, yeah, he's working with Trey Songz. It's a wrap. Like I
Hmm.
saw the chemistry. You know what I'm saying? But everybody else was like, nah, he's singing on this. It ain't really rap. It ain't what I like yet. You know what I'm saying? And then, oh, once the Wayne came in, he switched up the flow.
Hmm.
Is this? He's experienced more now. And that's the same thing. A lot of artists is like that. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
A lot of artists is like that to where they're goaded. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, Beyonce. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
The album she's putting out now, that ain't Dangerously in Love. Still amazing.
Hmm.
Still one of the best albums ever. Yeah, I personally love Dangerously in Love because it's just the first one. It's the raw. It's the
Right.
first, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? But yo, you got all these different albums. Even with Sierra, everybody didn't think she was gonna be what she is now. She was, oh, just the dancer, just this, oh, this,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying? Then it's just the growth. Missy gets with her, she get, you know what I'm saying? Different
Hmm.
people. It's the growth. You have to allow people to go. Nick Cannon, man, this boy was sitting there playing the drums, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
As
then
a
now
child, doing comedy shows on all that. Yeah.
I do know what you're
Jermaine
saying on
Dupri
WNHHLP
was
103.5 FM New Haven. Myself, Prestige, and my partner in crime, Long Island Rays, Elm City Made, EZ BlueZ is in the building. For a second time, we got Jordan Edward with us on Behind the Brand. Jordan, continue. Didn't mean to lose your train
uh
of thought.
nah, all good. You know what you gotta do, you gotta pay the bills, man. You know, that's the other side of it. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing when we look at stuff.
Hmm.
Um, just talking about even now with, artists or something going back to, oh, why you didn't play this? Why you didn't play that? You know what I'm saying? Why am I not on this show? It's also too, do you know what's going on in the back end of stuff? You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? The promoter has to run and get these venues. The venue has to correlate with this. We have to make sure the artist is there. The stage
Hmm.
lighting is there. Who's doing the tickets? How's the ticket sell? Who's doing the marketing of that? When you have artists that are like, well, I just want to come sing. It's, yo, what else are you doing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those type of things. How can you contribute? Do you make it easier on the promoter if you have content? That really helps you. If you have
Hmm.
10 videos, that helps a promoter ASAP rather than a
Hmm.
person that's, yes, I'm big in the streets and everything, but I don't all I have is a phone video. No, this promoter
Right.
just put up 5K for an event, bro. Like, is he
Hmm.
has to make his money back too so that he can be
Hmm.
successful and do further events. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Things of that nature. Um, even with the stuff now, even like, having the right venue, stuff like that, people being aware of what they're doing. This is all growth, and
Yeah.
learning the business. And I tell people this all the time, even with artists, it's like, yeah, you can go to venues and stuff like that. Make sure you register with your BMI and ASCAP. They pay
Hmm.
you on it, they pay you on the back end.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They pay you on the back. You don't need to be paid up front. Just be like, yo, matter
Hmm.
of fact, I use the Nipsey all the time. All money in, no money out. Hey, I got a
Right.
fee too, but guess what? Let's waive it. I'll get my money on the back and do what you got to do. That's my way of helping out. If the promoter
Right.
does his job and have 1,000 people, that's more than what you asking for up front half the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's
And
just you're not gonna get it today. You're gonna get
right.
it in 6 months. But
Well, no,
that's the business.
that's 100% the business, and it's so super interesting because I talk about it with artists all the time. I call it are you bulletproof? You know, at the end of the day, like if you have just that phone video, it better be the best video someone has ever seen in their life. It better have 3 million views, and it better be the most incredible thing possible. But if you can't have that, then make sure you have larger content. Make sure you have, videos that add through. I would much rather work with an artist that has, we'll say, 15 to 20 videos that are breaking 10,000 streams or breaking 1,000 streams than have, one artist that had a video or that had nothing. You give nothing. Your resume does not look strong. And also other things you can look at as well. When you roll in there, maybe don't roll in 13 deep if the 13 aren't going to pay. I'm not saying don't roll in with a crew, but I'm saying beforehand, go in, and instead of going in with a guest list, go in and say, hey, these are 10 tickets that I have sold. If it comes out of your pocket, that's fine, because that's going to be that next level. Oh, this person's always going to be guaranteed this amount of following when they come through the door. The first show, it'll be 10 people. The next show, 20, 35, 40. When you get to the point where 3,000-4,000 people are coming, that 10 can come in for free, but not on day one. It's not a good look. It just means you're going to be making less money. Plus, also have those other options. When you roll up there, make sure you have your table for your merch. Make sure you have all the right sizes that are out there. If you just played a show the last night and you had a huge run on larges, make sure you're hitting your distributor to get some more larges coming through, because more people are going to buy those. You got to be on top of every aspect of it. And it's exhausting and it's tiring, and you need a crew. How important is your team?
The team, like I tell everybody, is this: the team is you mentally, because you are the leader, you are the visionary, you are the one that okay. And this is where I had somebody ask me the other day, how is it that you can film, perform, and do everything I want? Because like I had practice when I was in high school. I played 3 sports. I'm a 3-sport athlete, inducted to the Sports Hall of Fame in my high school back in Springfield. Springfield, Mass. 413. Football, basketball, and track. You know what I'm saying? I played all the positions. I was a quarterback at one time that turned receiver, so I had to know all the positions as a quarterback. It ain't just like cool running. It's like, yes, you have to know everybody's position, and that's the thing. That's a lot of work. But with this is time discipline. Time management is like, I noticed I said time discipline. I ain't messing up on purpose. Like, I literally said time discipline, meaning that when it's literally 1 o'clock and you're saying you're going to move to the next thing, that doesn't mean let me do to 1:30 and now you're behind. It means still stop what you're doing, right, and then go on to the next, and then come back to it if you have time, or push it to the next day. But that at the same time teaches you, like, okay, I gauge how much time I needed incorrectly. I need to do a better job at that, because I can't afford to have that. If I'm on a production shoot, I can't afford to have something go over 3 hours and expect the client to pay that. I miscalculated that, you know what I'm saying? So that causes a difference, not just money financially. Do I have enough battery supply? Do I have enough storage memory? And that's the thing I tell everybody when it comes to anything about this. If you're looking at it from business, money aspect, you're not going to be successful. Not as much as you can be. You'll be successful, because it's business. If you got the right business plan and stuff like that. Even a person with, that, even like Stephen A. Smith, a broken clock's right twice a day. You know what I'm saying? So you may hit as far as that. But like I said, to understand why you're hitting and understand how to scale it, because I always tell everybody it's a different strategy to dig out of the hole than it is to elevate above the hole.
Love it. No, it's incredible, and I'm so glad that we're having these conversations, because so many other people will sit there and say, oh, you've got to go through A, B, C, and jump through every single hoop, because that's what we're constantly told. But again, that whole metaphor, when a God closes a door, opens a window, you still have to go through the window. There's still work that has to be put in there, and no matter what, the work never stops. When you're going out there to live for that particular moment and grow for that moment, there is no age limit. Like you said, you could hit at 90 and, the next day pass through, but just keep pushing, keep fighting. There's so many people that are trying to put age limits on things and, say whatever. But when we had Phil Blunt on here, he said, nah, man, I'm making music for the people that, are influencing the industry. I might not be making it for the youth, but for the youth, the people who are actually working in the industry, I'm making grown folks music. You have a tendency to kind of ride that wave between the two. You have music that is relatable to the youth, but also has that real moment of like, hey, I'm grown, and sometimes it hurts to be grown. How do you walk that line?
Uh, that's just it, man. It's everybody asks me what type of music do I create. I'm a vibe.
Mm-hmm.
It's vibe music. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you ain't never heard of a different genre, I'm gonna tell you right now, this is my genre. This is Jordan Edwards genre. It's the icon. It's a vibe. You know what I'm saying? Just
Right.
take it what it is. Because you're gonna vibe regardless. Don't matter
Mm-hmm.
what type of feeling you in. But with me, it has to fit, it has to come from the soul. You know, if it feels good,
Mm-hmm.
it is good. You know what I'm saying? And that's that James Brown. If it feels good, it
Mm.
is good. And
Yeah.
that's all that matters. It don't matter what genre it is or what type of demographic you from, things of that nature. And I think that I have that to really bless off of my love for film and
Mm.
cinematic because I watched so many different things growing up. This is why I was able to learn about different things through film and through television. You know, a lot of times we say these social media things is bad, but you know, if you use it the right way, you know, it's an aid. You know,
Mm.
Just like Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and them, they live and die by the three. A lot of games they gonna be good, but a lot of games they not. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Some games they not, and you see it right now. It's a perfect contrast. All home and away, terrible. Away,
Mm.
perfection, almost home. You know what I'm saying? So it's those type of things. You just have to be able to just get on a track and feels what's good for you and just right for you. You know, I seen something the other day where people are so focused on strategies and this and that. And
Mm.
when creating, they were talking about content for like businesses and social media marketing and stuff like that. But the real word is content. You
Mm.
know, a lot of people ask a
Mm-hmm.
champion that has won something in a season, like high school, like college, stuff like that. Doesn't have to
Right.
necessarily be just the pros, but somebody that's won multiple championships. It's perfect just coming off with San Diego being in the championship tonight against UConn. Shout out to UConn tonight,
Yeah.
you know, Connecticut. But with this being said, the whole thing is survive in advance. So
Mm-hmm.
when you take that first step, just take the first step. You don't
Mm.
know what's going to happen. Mike Tyson said it best. Everybody has a plan till they get hit in the mouth. Once you get hit in the mouth, what are you gonna do? You know what I'm
Totally.
saying? How are you gonna move? Rocky, stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. Just keep moving forward. And that's it. If you got a breath, you can move,
Mm-hmm.
stick and move. That's it. You get hit, you're gonna take some hits, man. Iron Man took all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Still won.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Still won. It's about how much heart you got. How
Mm-hmm.
much heart you got is once you get to champ. That's why I said champions, because the game tonight, UConn, and I have no ties in this game with it. I'm a Tar Heel fan, but
Okay.
with this being said, when you got two teams in the champion, take everything that you know for that sport.
Mm-hmm.
It's a matter of who gonna leave it on the floor, do or die. Who
Right.
going? That's it. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. That's what it's about when I do anything. You know, I go
Mm-hmm.
in there with the creativity and the love and what my instinct is telling me. And then once that's done, then I look at how can I strategize that? How can I move this? What market can I put this in? Because there's a
Right.
market
Mm-hmm.
for everything. And if there's not a market, guess what? You make a market.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's true.
Which is the best thing ever. I don't care what business, what anybody say. You can get Mark Cuban. If he said if it's something that's created that there's no market for, that's the best market
Mm-hmm.
Right.
because there's no
Yeah, there's no
competition.
competition. Mm. Let's say it at the same time. All right. I love, honestly, man. You know how much I love just talking with you. Period. We have conversations outside of here, which is exactly like talking here on the radio. So it's great when people get to play the home game. And everyone listening right now, make sure you go back and listen to this interview over and over again and take some notes because there's so much knowledge that's being dropped on you guys. And the key point of this, the key point is invest in yourself, believe in yourself, and keep pushing and keep fighting, no matter what. And it could be from anywhere. It does not matter. Your station in life is just where you want to sit and where you want to, be stuck in. It's glorious to see. Now, what's the next market you're going to create?
Ah, man, that's God's gift, man. You know, that's God's
Ah,
plan. What we do. I say this to you is when it's created, release it.
mm,
Don't hold the clips, man. I tell people you go through life John Wick in it, man. John, that's
oh,
the attitude everybody should have. John Wick it.
mm-hmm,
You know what I'm saying? And people don't realize what John Wick. They think, oh, he a killer. he the most peaceful person. He actually don't want to be bothered.
Right.
Nah,
Yeah.
not at all.
But if he got 7 bullets, all 7's being used. You know what I'm saying? If he got what he used even pencils.
Mm-hmm.
The man will adjust. This is true.
Survive and advance.
Anything necessary.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But for all you dog lovers, for the dogs.
For the dogs, you gotta do it for the dogs. But no, it's yeah. Go. Oh well, I love it. Go Huskies. We're doing it for the. All right, Husky team, we're officially calling you out. We need you to John Wick tonight, and we need you to leave it. Use all 7 bullets and leave it 100% on the court. We're making that call now. We don't care who wins. We just want you both to bleed all over the floor tonight. That's all.
Yeah, just want to see some good basketball, man. That's it.
Absolutely. But for being an entrepreneur, I could barely speak. For being an entrepreneur all this time, what do you consider non-negotiable? Not just for your business, just for any business.
My peace. My peace. I've turned down jobs just because I don't feel it. You know, doesn't matter what the money is, doesn't matter, you know, it's sometimes it hurts because it's somebody that wants to work with me that, you know, I'm cool with, and I'm just not feeling it, you know, and that is nothing personal. It's me. If I don't 100% vested into it, then I don't want to take away from you, because it's a disservice. I know what it's like to have people come on and, you know, not fulfill what you thought, you know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. And it's not to do anything as far as with the person that did the job for me. It's that I was a bad judge of character who to get to do the job. You know what I'm saying? Because that person, I'm going to assume that person did the best to their capabilities because that's their brand. You know, just like anybody, you know, there's countless days that people don't know that, you know, people starve, you know what I'm saying? And for this dream, I met a gentleman the other day. He was just like, well, why do these guys that's, you know, people that are standing out on the street by the highways with cell phones in their hands and asking for money and stuff, be like, are you really homeless? I'm like, have you ever looked at the trajectory of how it is to be for somebody to become homeless or somebody on the rise from homelessness? He said, what do you mean? I said, if you have a full-time job now and you're on the verge of being homeless, like Pursuit of Happiness, your phone is going to be the last thing that you're going to hold on to, because that's a lifeline now in 2023. You know what I'm saying? Just like he was running around with that little machine that can change his life. You know what I'm saying? Yep. He said, but yeah, what about a phone? I said, if you have a cell phone, I said, if you really wanted to with a cell phone and that person's dedicated and hungry for the dream, he can DoorDash. He can go pick up food and ride it on the bus. He'll get bad ratings, but it is what it is. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He can DoorDash. He can start making at least something to eat. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I could run a mile and give somebody their food. At least I can got $5 to go get something to eat today.
Right.
And that could be the difference, because now he don't have to spend all day looking for food like he's on the TV show Alone. And I tell people all the time, you really want to know something? Go watch Alone, where they're on an island and you got to figure it out for yourself with mountain lions and stuff out there. You know what I'm saying? That will put a life in perspective while you're sitting there drinking your Starbucks or AC or, you know, whatever you like to do, vape pen, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. You see, just relaxing, where it's like, yo, those type of things. But yeah, that's really what it is, man. It's you just gotta really just stay present, man. My peace, man. And that's it, because you know you get good at great things, and which is dope, and people wanted to, you know, get that. But if it goes against to what you're feeling, it's okay to say no. You know what I'm saying? And if that person takes offense to that, then that's not the person for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody, we have a lot of, I say this to like artists and stuff too. There's a lot of shows you may want to do. There's a lot of podcasts you may want to get on. Doesn't mean you have to get on all of them.
True.
You can turn some down. If you don't feel it, I don't care how much the publication they have. If you don't like what they're putting out, no, don't do it.
Yeah.
I've turned down shows because they want me to do this here. No, I'm not doing it. I don't want to do that song.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's just, I don't want to do it there. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? So, well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's just how it is. You have to just know what you like, and if some people don't like it, then hey, man, there's the door. I'm not. I like Coach Tomlin.
Yeah.
We not having prisoners here, man. You
Mm-mm.
come and go.
Yeah. No, it's so true, because you have to be able, like, not everything is for everybody. And, you have a bunch of people that'll sit there and push just to, like, get on simple shows, like, say, like, even this one. And they're
On
not really.
WNHHLP 103.5 FM New Haven, myself, Prestige, and my partner in crime, Long Island Raised, Elm City made, EZ BlueZ is about to speak. Go ahead.
Sir, that was so smooth and well, like we almost like we planned that transition. That was beautiful. So, sit there and push to go through, instead of also waiting. There's certain points in time when, like, I happen to know there's certain projects that I push through and I work through. The content is good enough, so the opportunities will happen. I'm not going to now go continue to knock down those doors. I'm creating more content. I'm pushing further ahead. Now it's time. I've sent out enough. It's time that people start pushing back, and sending back. And I hope that there are some people that are, listening to this interview right now that are taking that as advice and are working and getting things squared out and making sure that the family eats before interviews start. That's all I'm saying.
What you call it? Yeah, Preston's giving Molly for her run on first take with these cuts to the breaks, man. I gotta give you that, Preston. You're doing your thing, man. It's real smooth how you doing it, man. I think Stephen A. Smith and them would be quite impressed, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's literally me, man. It's like you said, it's those are the things that is key and critical, man. It's just knowing when to move and when not to move. And I always say it, even I have a new song that's gonna be coming out soon called Hard Times. But I say push the button, yeah, we win, Gracie. Armageddon, you know what I'm saying? Armageddon, push the button, yeah, we win, Gracie. You gotta put the work in, and when you know the work is done, all that's left, and that's the hardest thing, and that's what's stopping a lot of people, is that you have everything. Because like I said that now, it's a song that's not ready for this radio station, but Dreams, I did give you out a censored version, but even then the storyline's not for this. But go check out that Dreams with the chest move with the owl up there. But it's you have to be ready to just push that button and go with it and know how to move, when to move. And that's the thing. It's feeling it, it's having a strategy, and the strategy may be as easy as, yo, I'm just gonna just keep moving forward, and you gonna have to just knock me down, and I'm gonna keep getting back up. And I tell people the best way forward is straight ahead. Rocky did it the best, man. He did it with his head, and that's my family nickname, The Rock. But hey, man, so you just gotta keep moving forward, bro, and it's up to them to, knock you down. And like you said, push that button and let people come to you. You got the content, put it out, and just see what happens. If it hits, if you get, like, yes, man, you get 20 fans, all right, build off the 20. You might get lucky and pop and have 1 million fans, but you still got to have a process saying, I'm gonna drop this single every once a month. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hit further than that. Let me say it, because we always say the result stuff. Let me see your goal as an artist or somebody, or just anybody. I'm gonna hit the studio once a month. I'm gonna write a song once a month. You know what I'm saying? Because that is your seed. If you create the seed, then it can finally grow on its own. But at least it's created. You know what I'm saying? So, and you don't have to tend to it that much because it's already there.
No, that right there is probably, and again, go back, listen to the show over and over again when it drops on Spotify, when it's on Apple Podcasts. Make sure you go back, and this is the part you take notes. Continue to create, continue to put content forward, continue to make content. You are never 100% there. I will be there as an artist when they put me in the ground or in a crematorium. That is when I will be done. I will create art until then, and whether it be art that you listen to, art that you watch, or art that's just me standing on a street corner acting insane, I'm going to continue to put art out there. And that's what you just constantly have to do. And surround yourselves with some other people that want to do that. One of the coolest things I ever did was about 3 years ago. Me and a couple of songwriters got together and we said, hey, from Thanksgiving to the day after Christmas, we have to write one song a week. And we're all going to meet up and we're going to play through those songs and we're going to workshop those songs. And it stunk and it was hard and I didn't want to do it, but I finished, all those songs and had everything prepared to go. And it was one of the best experiences of my life because it forced me to do what I love to do. That's the other thing. We very, very rarely give ourselves the credit just to break back and have a little bit of fun. And a little bit of fun doesn't necessarily have to be your bar tab. A little bit of fun can just be alone being your true self. And for me, that's creating. And it's definitely creating music. So go out there and be your true selves and it will be rewarded to you. I have made a career out of literally just being myself. So if it works for me and I'm a fool, it'll work for anybody.
Now, we did have the song Dreams to play at the end of the show. You don't want that played?
Oh, you got the censored version that I sent you?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
go, yeah, you can rock that, yeah. Censored version there. Yeah.
Just making sure.
But then after the censored version's played, you're going to go on to whatever streaming app that you go on to, and you're going to listen to it 19 times.
So yeah, you guys can go. Yeah, you definitely gonna want to listen to it a lot of times. But like I said, go check out my social media. I am Jordan, JORDONEDWARD. From there, you'll see the clothing line, which is Only Icon Clothing. That website is actually onlyiconclothing.com. Also, check out the Filmed by Phoenix, filmedbyphoenix.net. Like I said, you can go right back to my music artist page, which is jordanedward.com. And also, we do have candles, which is out now as well, candlesbyphoenix.com as well, aromatherapy, everything like that. Burn Bright with Candles by Phoenix as far as that. Yeah, just working, doing things like that. You can go ahead right to the new joint. But yeah, man, we got a lot of things coming on the horizon. New single coming out April 12th in honor of my grandmother's birthday, who passed a couple years back. That's called Feel No More. So you actually, if you go on my page, you'll see that I threw out a little preview of the, flux capacitor, DeLorean up there and stuff like that. So check that out, Back to the Future. And, that's one of the things too, when you hear that, when I talk about the DeLorean, since I won't talk to y'all when the song come out, no matter what you're doing, man, if you watch the Back to the Future, if you're familiar with it, things are going to happen no matter what alternate version you think you are. It's like the metaverse. This movie was before the metaverse, now Marvel Comics and stuff. Yeah, what's going to happen is going to happen. You know what I'm saying? It's going to happen. But are you going to be able to maneuver it? And that's the thing. Sometimes you got to say, what up, Doc? And figure it out. And sometimes you just gotta make that move, no matter what your dream is. Because if you remember from the first show, Doc told him what was up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But my man still went and played that guitar because that was his dream, even with the hand falling off. But here's the thing: had he not knew how to play that song when the hand came back, he went right back into it. So it's just being prepared and survive in advance. As far as that, because that's your future, man. What happens tomorrow happens today.
Yeah, definitely. You got to take accountability for what you do. Absolutely.
Ownership.
If you got everything, you got nothing. If you got nothing, you got everything. Stay present.
Yep. And again, sometimes ownership means you have to own this sugar honey iced tea. And it's just the way it goes.
I like that.
No problem. Look, I had to give the edited version. Because we on the radio.
Oh, good.
Shout out to Titus.
I know you mentioned everything with the videos, the singles, and just the films coming out with everything that you're doing. What events will you be a part of for 2023?
Man, we got a couple of events. Getting ready to build with a tour. That's popping up the end of this month. First show is going to be at Jazzy's Cabaret of New Haven, Connecticut, on April 29th. Yep, definitely check that out. The Empowerment Tour. We're going to go and kill that right there. Just get personal. Like you said, that's just why this is the next evolution of what you're going to see, a more personal, in-depth. Because I'm going to bring you inside, as far as that, because I already got out. So we're gonna bring it back and just show you, because that's the thing. when you get to somewhere, the real challenge is, can you go back and get others, knowing that you might, and that's the thing. It's almost like when you go back, going like Ant-Man, movies like Ant-Man's, the movie Harriet, which obviously Harriet's a real life stuff that happened. But can you go back and get others and bring them back? Yes, you might take the chance of, tripping yourself up and stuff like that. But the whole goal is, the first goal in human is to inspire. Human act is to inspire. That's Nipsey Hussle. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. When you get to a certain point, it's not about money or anything. It's exception. Let people see it, and then sometimes it's not about going back and taking their hand physically, but go back and be seen. You know what I'm saying? It does a lot of good to see that energy, feel that energy, things of that nature. I go back and watch, like, even the Raptures on Netflix with a Boogie went back to his hood, and just people got to see it. It just brings a good morale for people that, if you've ever been in corporate, that word is very big on a team or corporate. It's more morale. They don't care about the accolade. Morale. You know what I'm saying? Can you make everybody else at least feel good in the building, and stuff like that? Because that helps. Because I don't care how big of a company you are. All it takes is that one employee with the red stapler.
Have you seen my stapler? Have you seen my stapler?
For those of you that don't know about Office Space, go check it out.
Yes. Go find your TPS report somewhere else, buddy.
Monday.
We don't have so much little time left for the broadcast. So, Jordan, this last couple minutes is just going to be for you. Any great advice you want to give to any future entrepreneurs who want to go to a similar path as yours? Once again, just restate your social media and plug your song that we're about to play, Dreams. It's all you, man. This time is yours. So the social is ours. It's ours. We together in this. It's true. It's true. So, my story is isn't written without y'all. Like Clerks 3.
Man.
Yeah.
We only talking for a while.
But yes, please go to the JordanEdward.com, JordanEdward.com. That is the music entertainer. Definitely check out the motion picture company, Filmed by Phoenix, filmedbyphoenix.net. Also check out the clothing line, Defy the Odds, find your purpose, find your happiness, but most importantly, find your peace. OnlyIconClothing.com. Check out some candles, get that peace, burn bright by yourself. We still with you no matter what. Let there be light. Candlesbyphoenix.com. Everybody's an entrepreneur. I don't care who you are. If you have air in your lungs, you're an entrepreneur, because you are running your life. This is not about business. This is not about e-commerce. This is not about anything. This is your life. What you see, what you dream at night, what you deal with during the day, in the dark at night, whatever the case may be. Know that you can defy the odds and do what you need to do and see fit. If you see it, don't be afraid to move forward and keep doing what you want to do. Obviously you have responsibilities and things that you have to do in order to move ahead, family, stuff like that. Tend to those. But the thing is, if it takes 12 hours to do it, don't just settle for that. Okay, it took me 12 hours. Let me figure out how I can do it in 6 hours, and then I have 6 hours to go enjoy, or at least an hour to sit with myself. Start with that. Start with 5 minutes. How can I get 5 minutes for myself? Not do anything, not talk to anybody, stuff of that nature. And the good thing is that, you'll find your way. If you find you, it's internal. Everything will come out externally. And like I said, it's a dream. Go get it. If you got everything, you got nothing. If you got nothing, you got everything. Stay present. Here's my new single.
Like, I ain't scared, bro, and I love the hustle. I love the adrenaline. I love the feeling of putting the play together and like going all the way through with it and smiling at the end, because it did more than what you even thought and expected shit to do. You know what I'm saying?
If you got everything, you got nothing. If you got nothing, you got everything. Stay present. Shit. I'm making the plays, I'm staying alive. Yeah, my mama won't cry. I'm burning it up, smoking my bitch. Yeah, we high in Dubai. She bending it over, sucking my dick, switch, enjoying the ride. I give her the plays, I'm always in love. Loving the vibes. I'm making the plays, I'm staying alive. Yeah, my mama won't cry. I'm burning it up, smoking my bitch. Yeah, we high in Dubai. She bending it over, sucking my switch, Here. What am I hot? What am I live? What am I mama, baby? Smoking that gas, making it last, baby, I'm high, baby. Money fast, ask for cash, honorable mention, make it last. Money tough, I got it, baby. After shake and throw it, baby. Houston raise a problem, baby, but she who that know her, baby. She be on them commas crazy, she be on them commas crazy. I'm making the plays, I'm staying alive, yeah, my mama won't cry. I'm burning it up, smoking my bitch, yeah, we high in Dubai. She bending it over, sucking my switch, enjoying the ride. I give her the plays, I'm always in